The last session for today left. Our next speaker is Alen Kisic, CEO of Zona Sjever. Alen will bring insight into predicting elections via Facebook, data, and machine learning. With expertise honed through his doctoral thesis on election outcome models, he'll reveal diverse machine learning methods' effectiveness. Discover how these predictive models might transform political research and forecasting. We're ready to listen.
Hello. Oh. Thank you. Hvala. Dear colleagues, dear ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for coming in so late hour to the last session today. First of all, I would like to apologize for my English because I'm sure that I will stop somewhere because nightlife in Belgrade is specific. I really like nightlife in Belgrade. So, I like drinking, eating, as you can see. So it's always good to be in Belgrade and enjoying in nightlife. So that's why it's really, really good that I'm last. I didn't agree this with organizers, but it's good as they know me. So they put me the last one, and that was really good. Basically, I'm not a data scientist. Basically, I'm a PR specialist, let's say. I was a PR manager in Podravka. I was PR head of corporate communication after Podravka and Metro Cash and Carry for Southeast Europe, also in Zagreb, in Belgrade, Sarajevo, ex-Yugoslavia. And now I'm not in PR, I'm not in data science, I'm CEO of Zona Sjever, or North Zone, let's say. This is the biggest business entrepreneurship zone in Croatia, with 4,500 employees in this entrepreneurship zone. But in between, because from PR to CEO, I was a politician, professional politician. Nobody's perfect. I cannot help you. But that was 4 years my life. And in between, when I connect PR and when I connect with politics, I have this topic today because this topic was topic of my doctoral dissertation. I'm fresh PhD. I'm fresh. In June, I finished my doctoral dissertation in Faculty of Organization and Informatics in Varaždin in Croatia, and this PhD is in area of information and communications sciences. So, how can Facebook data and machine learning algorithms predict political elections? This is always something which is in our area. Politics is always in front or behind us, but we are always in politics. This is daily routine, and in every democratic society we have political elections. We are always in that. For example, in Serbia will be very, very soon again. In Croatia, we will have three election: parliamentary, presidential, and for EU Parliament and for national parliament in April and May. So 3 elections in 2 months. So we are always in some election, and always is, of course, eternal question predicting the results. This is nightlife. So everyone is interested. Citizens, politicals, actors who create strategies and activities, of course, for people who are in PR, who are in some organization of this campaign. This is the crucial questions are predicting. My question was, can we develop predictive model based on candidates' activity on the social network, Facebook in this case, that is comparable to traditional models based on polls? Can we? Yes, we can. This is the answer, but I will show you this a little bit later. So, as in every science, every dissertation, I have a great work in a review of the literature, and I identified lack of previous research. So, model for measuring the effectiveness of political campaigns on social networks has not been developed enough. Variables that are suitable for evaluation in one specific domain are not suitable for evaluation in another domain. Second one, in most research, data was collected only on Twitter. This is the reason for this is, of course, United States of America, and Twitter, you know that in America they called Trump Twitter president because he was very active on Twitter. So that's why the lots of scientists put their researches in Twitter area, not Facebook was not so a lot of this. Most of the previous works do not have a component of predictive analytics, and no models have been developed that would determine to what extent activity on the social network Facebook contributes to predicting the outcome of the election. Most models are based on sentiment analysis, not sufficient to determine the impact on the outcome of the election. Current methods are not sufficient, necessity of machine learning, and many models are not empirically confirmed. That was the research objectives of my dissertation was to determine the predictive power of the models based on the social network Facebook and compare it with other types of research to determine which variables are the most significant predictors of the outcome of the election, and to argue which of the 4 machine learning methods provide the most accurate predictive models of local elections outcomes. Research flow was three steps. First steps, data collection and preparation. So that was Facebook data. I had a really great, big work, hard work to collect data for every candidate in his Facebook profile, and this was hand by hand. This was the hand work, so that was 3 months of work, but this is how I collect the data on Facebook. Predictive models developed based on Facebook data, and then 4 machine learning algorithms, and a model evaluation comparison of models with opinion pools data. Research methodology was CRISP-DM. This is the very often methodology in similar researches. So, problem understanding, research goals, determining which variables are the most significant predictors of the outcome of the election. Data understanding. So, I had in my research French local elections. I put all cities in this country, in France, with more than 100,000 inhabitants. So this was 41 cities with 225 candidates. So they were my data collection, let's say. 25 variables included. 24 were input variables, for example, the candidate's activity and the reaction of the page followers to the candidate's activity. 2 variables related to the gender of the candidate, then political party, and so on and so on. So 24 of these. And why Facebook? I mentioned already that Twitter has much more researchers, so that was one of the first answer for this. And Facebook is the most used source of political news for millennials and Generation X, but that was 2015. So now in 2023 is I'm very sure that is much different. But in France, in 2019, 70% of the population of those who use social networks is on the Facebook. So that was also good data. Attributes taken into account were city and turnout in the city, party, total number of page likes, number of photos. I will not read this, you can see all this because that was attributes. And transformation into relative size with respect to the number of voters. Data description through descriptive statistics. More variables have an exponential distribution of values, characterized by a high probability of occurrence of smaller values, and the low probability of occurrence of large values. Values of the arithmetic mean are higher than the values on the median. Correlation analysis, the highest correlation between the number of event sharing and number of event likes. Correlation is positive, which indicates that with the increase in event likes, the number of event shares also increases and vice versa. Variable result has the highest linear relationship with the variable total number of page likes. Outliers, ML algorithms are sensitive to extreme values. Interquartiles were used to identify outliers. Missing values, imputation was performed by inserting data instead of missing values, and missing values were replaced by the mean values of the variables. Data normalization, I also had this in my dissertation. Data were normalized with respect to the number of voters in each city. That was, of course, very important data. And the original value of each variable is divided by the number of voters in the city to which it refers. Min-max normalization, so all variables are scaled between 0 and between 1. Predictive models were developed using 4 machine learning algorithms. Optimization of hyperparameters was carried out of each individual algorithm in order to prevent, and overtraining of the model and to obtain high quality, reliable, and accurate predictive models. Which were these 4 types of machine learning algorithms? So that first, machine learning based on information, so this is classification and regression trees. Second one, machine learning based on similarity, k nearest neighbors. Third, machine learning based on probability, so this is by Bayesian networks. And fourth, error-based machine learning, artificial neural networks. Model comparison, so this is now let's say conclusion of this comparison. You can see that in this case is the best result when is the smaller number, so you can see that neural network were first, then decision tree, then KNN, and then naive Bayes. This was in error models, and in reliability. Here is the important that is the number is smaller, bigger. That was also neural network, 0.8, 0.7 decision tree. That was not so big advantage between them, and then KNN and naive Bayes was even a negative number. In order to compare the predictive models obtained by machine learning algorithms and then the results of pre-election polls, then I compared this with usual or normal voters prediction, and that was official data by the French Institute for Public Opinion Research. And I used this on 6 cities, that was Paris, Lyon, Marseille, Rennes, Nantes, and Bordeaux, those including data for total 44 candidates on this election. And there is difference in error of predictive models obtained by machine learning algorithms and pooling. So that was something very similar. Deployment. Determination of the most significant predictors of election outcomes based on the obtained predictive models. Sensitivity analysis of each predictive model was performed. Now, prediction of result. We can see that overall page likes was the first on the first place in ranking of every of these four the four models, and we can I see here one. This is mistake. Number of events was 5, not 1. So this is also Belgrade nightlife. Number of photos is 6. Number of links is 6.5. Number of statuses is 475. Number of link likes is on the second place. So we can see that the most important is overall page likes for each candidate, and the second one is number of link likes. Result discussion. The total number of likes on the candidate's page is the most significant predictor in all models, in all four models. The number of link likes is the second most significant predictor also in all four models. The number of statuses is the third strongest predictor of election results in 2 of the 4 observed models. The best quality models are obtained by applying the artificial neural network algorithm. Explanation lies in the data types. That was the explanation. Dummy variables are mostly numeric continuous attributes. The models with the lowest reliability and accuracy values were obtained by the naive Bayesian classifier. Of course, the lowest from these 4 algorithm, machine learning. And naive Bayesian classifier works with categorical variables. This is the explanation why it's so weak. So it is necessary to transform the continuous output into a categorical one. Social media as an indicator for predicting election outcomes. The absolute number of Facebook followers is a very good predictor of election outcomes. The content that the candidates place via social media, as well as the reaction to the specific content that they share, is to a certain extent an indicator of the outcome of the election. And the result of the research leads to a better understanding for the way in which social networks present the views of voters and indicate how the electorate can be influenced through social networks. Now I go back to the beginnings as someone who is in PR and who use this data science, let's say. The answer is on the question how to run a campaign on Facebook. First advice will be achieving visibility on Facebook to get a large number of page like or followers. Various methods of increasing there are in this, of course, which generates a high place among average Facebook users in the news feed, and there is a greater transmission of messages and an indirect influence on the voters. The second one, which is, in my point of view, very important, is that to present content from ordinary life that gives greater visibility than classic political messages that are transferred through other communication channels. For example, I think that this research shows that it's much better to show some candidate on his official Facebook data that Facebook profile that he play football. That is much better impact to voters than some political messages to put there. So that is always better content to have this this content. Research limitation of this was first of all, that was only one country and only one election were included in this research. There was also a problem that each country has its, of course, our own specifics, and in this election was a specific problem that the data referred to a very specific time. That was the beginning of the March election, were on 6th March of 2020, when you know that COVID-19 was in the beginning, in this hard beginning, let's say. Of course, limitation is also that I have research based on only one social network, Facebook. So this is not so represented. It will be better if I also can have Twitter or I don't know YouTube or some other social networks, and that where only 4 machine learning algorithms were used. So that was, of course, that will be better if that will be 6. Research contributions, knowledge about models based on data from public opinion polls and social networks is systemized. Predictive models of election outcomes based on social networks data were developed and evaluated and compared with data obtained from surveys. The predictive power of the variables of the social networks Facebook was established, and guidelines for using machine learning algorithms on social media data are developed. This is one smart sentence from this one American philosopher, Niebuhr. The whole art of politics consists on the rational management of human irrationality. It's late. So thank you very much I have 3 minutes for the questions, so that was just on the time. Thank you very much.
So, do we have questions?
I was very young here on this.
Does someone want to ask something?
It's very late.
It's very late. Time for nightlife in Belgrade, right? Thank you very much. This is
2
for
deers
you.
and 3.
Okay. This is for you on behalf of our team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Hope to see you tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. here. Bye.